and he said he got this overwhelming feeling of something watching him. He saw this figure of what he first thought was a big person. It was covered in hair. It was standing completely upright. And he said at that point, he just turned and ran out of those woods.
Wow. Wow. Kind of spooky and scary, right?
Each year, thousands of people report sightings of huge, hair-covered bipedal creatures. These are the most terrifying encounters with Bigfoot. Welcome once again to the Monstro Bizarro podcast. I'm your host, Lyle Blackburn. 13-year-old Johnny Maples was walking along a road near the town of Jefferson, Texas, when he heard a noise in the bushes.
As far back as I can remember, I just loved monsters. First movie monsters, but later sightings of possible real-life monsters. Those really captured my imagination. I grew up camping and hunting. And so I spent so much time in the woods, and I guess thinking back, I always felt like it also held some mystery.
He just didn't look like anything I'd ever seen. I thought at first it might be some kind of a wild man, but I couldn't tell all that hair just what it was.
That was really cemented when I saw a movie called The Legend of Boggy Creek back in the 1970s. And that movie dramatized sightings of a Bigfoot-like creature in southwest Arkansas, not too far from where I lived. Obviously, that's had a great influence on me. I love that, and I've been lucky enough that my life has gone in a direction where I can still love these things and essentially make a career out of it. I was really enthralled with the stories of people in modern times saying they saw something that essentially is a monster or something that we would think of out of folklore.
Just about the time man, in all his wisdom, decides that he has this world and everything in it all figured out, along comes something he can't explain. Take the recent reports of the Lake Worth monster or creature or whatever you want to call it.
One of the most famous monster tales from Texas is the Lake Worth monster in what is now the Fort Worth Nature Center. Right here on July 11th, 1969, 30 to 40 witnesses saw some kind of upright, hairy creature run up on a limestone cliff, grab an old tire, and throw it 400 feet across the heads of the onlookers.
Let's see if they talk about wildlife such as the Lake Worth monster. Oh, there it is, mythological wildlife. 50.
Oh my gosh. It's years ago.
That eventually got reported in the newspapers, which furthered the story that there was some kind of strange creature lurking in the woods here at Lake Worth. So I want to do a presentation today on one of the most famous Texas legends, monster stories. It's commonly called the Lake Worth monster. So there was multiple witnesses right off the bat to what was going on. They showed them the car, and there's a big long scratch down the car. There's no doubt that people saw something. I'm Lyle Blackburn. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Long time. When's the first one you came to? It's been a while. We're selling raffle tickets and somebody will take him home. Even Bigfoot could take little Bigfoot home. I started the conference over 20 years ago, and it just brings a group of like-minded people that are into the same thing you're into.
Well, thank you.
This is the Bigfoot capital of Texas because this is an epicenter of Bigfoot activity, Bigfoot sightings, The shops in town sell Bigfoot memorabilia, souvenirs, shirts, ball caps. A lot of the restaurants have a menu item named after Bigfoot. The town has really embraced it and just having a good time. Even if you're not interested in Bigfoot, just get outdoors.
Take the picture. There we go. All right.
Even if we don't see a Bigfoot or get evidence of a Bigfoot, we're still outdoors enjoying nature and the woods. What's better than that?
What about over here? Now we're looking to capture here are alligator snapping turtles. Tomorrow we will have some real proof of some monsters that live in the creeks around here. Bigfoot to me is a representative of the wilderness. It's a representative of the woods. It's the mystery. What's behind that tree? What's behind that thicket? It's an idea. It's the idea of the unknown. And when I was a kid, the movie came out. It was called The Legend of Boggy Creek. It scared me as much as it fascinated me by this idea of some creature walking up and down the creeks and bayous. So I was set and determined as a kid, I'm gonna go find Bigfoot. Well, going out, I never found Bigfoot. I never found any sign of Bigfoot. But I did find coyote tracks and bobcat tracks.
Yeah, here you can see the raccoon track. Here you can see the individual toes and the little footpad. Really cool.
And I got field guides and I learned what these tracks were, what the plants were. So all this time I never found Bigfoot, but I found something else. And I found the thing that led me to what I do today. Actually, one of the first calls I responded to was an alleged Bigfoot sighting. It looks more like toes were kind of squeezed into the soil, where you have a much deeper profile on the toes than you do actually in the heel, where the vast majority of the weight is going to be.
What in the world is this creature? Where did he come from? And what does he eat? Are questions I've heard discussed a thousand times around winter fires.
I guess I'd have to be called a Bigfoot agnostic. You know, I'm there, but I'm not all the way there yet. But you have to have the storytellers. You have to have the skeptics, and you have to have the audience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those kids who get out in the woods love the woods, and if it wasn't for Bigfoot, they may have never stepped foot. So you got to put a huge value on that.
And it's leading people to go outside. It's leading people to go outside and go, this is beautiful, this is wonderful, we need to protect this.
Enjoy the mystery, enjoy outdoors and nature, and have fun with it. But if you do come to Fouke, Arkansas, it's a great place to live till the sun goes down. And then they all go, ah!
Yeah.
You gotta keep it scary.